Okay, everybody, let's get started with Unity. Go ahead and open the lesson project folder that we downloaded from the last video. If you don't have that project, just go back to the video now and download that file. Okay, and when Unity opens, the scene should look pretty much like this. And the first thing I'll go over with you is the Scene tab right here. That's what we're looking at here. This is the viewport to our level or our scene. Now, if you hold down the right mouse button and drag it around, you can turn the camera and look around the scene. If you use WASD, you can actually fly around your scene like this. And you can fly up and down with the Q and E buttons. If you'd like to change these buttons, you can go to Edit, go to Shortcuts, and then right here you can change those to whatever you want. As you can see, I'm using the number pad. Okay, so let's go ahead and click on an object in our scene. And now when you click on it, you see these arrows show up. Now each one of these arrows will let you move the object in a different direction. Just click on it and drag. The blue arrow is for the Z axis, the red arrow is for the X axis, and the green arrow is for the Y axis. And if we take a look over here in the Inspector tab, you can see under Position, there's an X, Y, and Z. So if I drag the blue arrow, the Z is going to change. See, it changed over there. We can also put our own numbers in, so I'll just put 0 in, and there you go, just like that. Now this is what's called a transform tool, and if you look over here in this part of the window, you can see it's the move tool that's highlighted right now, and next to it there's a rotate tool. So let's click on that and check that out, and this lets us rotate the object on all three axes, just like that. And of course, if we go back to the Inspector tab, for rotation X, we can punch in our own numbers. So I can make it 0 again, just like that. And the next tool, right next to it, is the Scale tool. And that lets you change the size of an object. So I can scale it on one axis, just like that. Or if I use the cube in the center and drag that, I can scale all three axes evenly. And of course, back in the Inspector tab, under Scale, I can put in my own numbers. So I'll set them all back to 2. Now these tools are very useful, and when you're looking in the viewport like this, the hotkeys for these are W for the move tool, E for the rotate tool, and R for the scale tool. So it's really useful to remember those. It'll save you a lot of time when you are placing objects in your level. Now the next thing I'll show you is the Project tab, which is down here. And this is where all of your assets for your game are going to be. So it's a good idea to keep this organized with different folders like I have here for your art, your scripts, whatever else you have in here. If you have music, just try to keep that all organized, but this is where all of your assets will go. Okay? And now the next thing we'll look at is the hierarchy. And this shows you all the objects in your level. For example, if I want to look at this cube, right here, it's cube 2. I can actually double click on it and we will focus on it. See, that was the cube that we were editing, and that's right there. It's a good idea to keep this organized as well. As you can see, the cube has been placed inside of this level object, and that way we can move the entire level all at once, or we can just move one individual cube, just like that. The other thing I want to show you is the player. I've provided a first-person character controller with the project folder that you downloaded, and this actually lets us play the game. So take a look, there's a play button right here. If we press this, we should be able to play the game and walk around. See, just like this. With the arrow keys or with WASD, you can move around. You can jump with the right mouse button. You can also fall off the floor and fall forever, just like that. So what we do here is we press the escape key, and that brings the mouse back. Now we can see the cursor, and you just press this play button again, and that will stop the game from playing. So just familiarize yourself with the transform tools up here. Practice using these. Go ahead and move these cubes around a little bit, and just kind of get used to how that works. And then in the next video, we will go over some more advanced stuff. So I will see you then.